Hi, Divisa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's definitely my pleasure to have you here at Abigail David Holistic Health, where we are going to talk about your postpartum journey after your cesarean section. Welcome and thanks so very much for taking time out of your day to be in here. How does
Hi,
it?
hi.
How are you?
I am good. I am good. How are you?
I am good. You look gorgeous. You always look gorgeous. You're so beautiful, and I'm so proud to see where you are at now in your journey. I see so much growth. I see so much development. I see the progress. I see the love. I see the consistency, and I am so, 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 so proud of you. So,
Thank
that being
you.
said, we are going to start. How did you start your fitness journey after your C-section?
Well, I kind of started a little too soon. So I did some interruption to my C-section scar. So
Oh,
on my last visit to take out stitches, they saw that did something strenuous. And I told them, well, I wanted to start back exercising immediately. It's like, no, you have to take a little time to heal. You will not take as long as others because I was already
yeah.
feeling well. Um, but I did small activities like brisk walking, taking my time doing some stairs. Now this is like probably about 3 months after. I gave myself 3 months to then kind of start doing those things. But before I tried to do it like within a month time. 3 months, on my third month, I started walking,
Mhm.
brisk walking with a stroller because I had baby.
Mhm.
And I would have done stairs because I have a stairs home. So simple cardio. I did first. I give myself about 6 months, so then that would have been 9 months to start doing smaller rehabilitation exercises because I did a lot of studies after the C-section because I didn't want to have like a big
Mhm.
stomach.
Yeah.
I did some research and they said they gave simple postpartum exercises and scar massaging. So like if this is the scar on your stomach, you're supposed to like massage it like this
Okay.
and then make small circles on the cut itself and on the top. Now this is to be done like as soon as possible. So I think I
Mhm.
started doing this probably my third month also.
Okay.
This is to break up the
Did
tissue.
that hurt?
Yes, it was sensitive.
Mhm.
Um, but I guess you could gauge your body so you'll know not to press too hard. But it's simply to kind of break up the scarring because of the layers that they went through.
Mhm.
Um, that would have helped so you wouldn't have the sink of the cut. A lot of mummies who had C-section have a sink and then like a kind of piece of skin coming on the top and
Yes.
then
Yes.
yeah, and it's mostly be on the top of the cut, not so much to the bottom.
I know
Bottom.
a lot of mothers, they don't sometimes know that after you have a cesarean section or even a natural birth, you can't just jump back into workout. You actually have to do a
Yeah.
postpartum time where you actually do postpartum exercises. For example, a lot of people don't know you're not supposed to be doing push-ups after you have a child because you're going to put too much
Yeah.
pressure on your trunk and you don't want that, right? Because you want your
No.
stomach to heal. So thank you so very much for that because I didn't even know that you had to be rubbing your scar and stuff like that. I did not have a
Yeah.
cesarean section with neither one of my children. And I tried my best not to because I know it initially does be so much more hurtful to go through the natural way. However, the work after it is a lot
Very quick.
easier
Yes.
than when you have the cesarean and it's now in the surgery, it doesn't be as painful with all the drugs they give you. But then after, the pain is a lot longer. So I tried my utmost best with
Very
my two kids
painful.
not to have a cesarean section.
Very painful. I do recommend aquatic aerobics or aquatic. If you could swim, great.
Mhm.
If you can't swim, then you could do little standing, you could do little, stuff in the water, lift your legs. That would be so much better. It's gentle on the stomach area. So that's a good recommendation.
Thank you so very much. I definitely agree. How did you develop your fitness regime, being a mom and staying consistent? Because I know that is a struggle we women have.
Yes. Um, I could consider myself a full-time mom. I'm also an entrepreneur, so I know how to juggle business aspect as
Mhm,
well as being a mom slash wife. So I do have that
mhm,
big load. Being a
mhm,
full-time mom alone is a big load. And you want to
mhm,
make sure that your child is good. So within your good 24 hours, because that's how much hours we have in a day, we have to find space, even if it's 30 minutes, which is the least amount. I just try to find an hour and a half.
mhm,
Um, that is self-care. Just like how you would go and get your nails done is the same thing as taking care of oneself. Because if you're not good here, you would not be good outside. And
mhm,
I think when you do exercise and find time as a mother to see about yourself physically as well emotionally, mentally, because when you go to exercise, you feel great after, you have energy, everything. You
mhm,
feel more confident as a woman. I did find time. I either used to do it very early in the morning before everybody gets up. So that would be like 4:30
mhm,
or 5:30 or 5 o'clock. And
mhm,
depending on how late I get up. So 5:30 means I only have probably 45 minutes at the gym. But if I get up at 4:30, I have the ability to stay like an hour so that by 5:36 I can go back home and make sure everybody's good. Um Now if that time don't like my daughter is going to school now, that's not in my schedule anymore. I try to find time. Most people do not have the flexibility to get a lunch time to go to the gym because either gym is too far or their lunch break is super short. This is impossible. Um,
mhm,
if not, go after work as you leave work. Or they'll say, well, I had to pick up my child and I have her after I carry her. If I know around 2 o'clock, gym is slightly slow, 2:30, 3 o'clock, she goes,
mhm.
tablet, phone. She's occupied on the phone on the floor with a mat. And I do what I have to do quickly and we get out of there. You
Okay.
have to find ways, make a way. Because people excuses, girl, I don't have time. So how you finding time to do that?
Mhm,
Um, you have 24 hours. It have time where I put my daughter to sleep and around 11 o'clock I go into the gym. I mean, some people don't think that's safe, but it's how bad I wanted. I wanted bad. So I
mhm.
find time. So 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. I'm leaving the gym, right?
I mean,
But
as well as for people who can't do that, there is our program that's online, Abigail David Holistic Health. So you can at least you can
do
do
it
the workout at
home.
home, right? And in your safety of your
Yes.
home.
I have
So there's always an option.
I have a guy exactly because I have a guy friend who's saying, um my wife, she wants to train, but she don't have time. And I was like, it's half a way she could just do it home. I have a friend who does online training still. So all she have to do is whip on a, you know, gym
Mhm.
attire and gym. It have things you can do. You could go online. It's just a little bit of self-motivation also.
Tell me, how do you at least stay consistent, or how do you motivate yourself, or how do you inspire yourself to be consistent?
Right. So people would say, oh, it's a real gym. Use a real gym rat. No, I do have days where I don't feel to go to the gym. Trust and believe. I could just stay in my bed, especially when rain falling. But discipline is very important. And where we stand with discipline is a little bit of self-motivation. And I normally, if I don't have it, I will go on the internet and start to look at workouts. And that will spark a trigger. Hey, you could go and do that. And I will go ahead or I would look at a picture that of a potential model that I would like to kind of mirror in like her size and shape and whatever. Not much of the shape, but physique, I should say. So that's like a motivator for me as a mom, because I don't want to say, you have a kid and you let go yourself because
And
it's a people
that is something that happens to a lot of mothers. A lot of mothers. And at the same time, I always want to let people know that as we get older, obviously your body is not going to be the same body as it was when it was 20, right?
Yes.
However, it can be in a better shape now as an adult than it was when you were younger, if you are actually taking care of it the right way. What are some of the frustrations that you personally went through that nobody talks about in terms of your postpartum journey?
Postpartum depression. As a young mom, I am young. Nobody filled me in and all the fine prints, I should say. Worse yet, as a C-section mom, that was the finest print. My pregnancy was good. I was exercising while I was pregnant. All 8.5 months I was running. Was great on that day. Everything was looking good, and they told me I was moving too fast, so I got a drug, and then I stopped dilating. So I had to do the C-section, which I was not prepared for at all. And because I thought of the downtime that I would have having a C-section, because I know I started to do little research just in case. And there's a downtime, and I didn't want that. And being a mom and you're home and you're not looking yourself, you have stretch marks, your body get dark. Areas are dark that never used to be. You start to feel a little depressed and unhappy with your physical appearance after birth. That do take a toll on you, because then you're thinking, I wonder if my spouse still interested in me, because men are very visual. A lot of women probably don't know this, but they are. And how they met you, sometimes they just want to have that same person they met. Not that you make a child and you let go yourself, you're not trying to, motivate yourself and you can't get your waist, your small snatch waist, obviously, because you carry a whole human being, but just have yourself looking a certain way, and it had days where I just didn't feel like doing anything, didn't feel like bathing, didn't feel like doing anything with self because of how I was feeling with my personal appearance. And there was a day my mom called me, video call, and she's like, "Girl, pick up yourself, come put on some makeup, it'll make you feel better. Go get your nails done, do something so you can cheer up." And that days I'm crying because, new mom, you're not sure. You're worried that something happened, and all of those things take a toll on you mentally. So those are some things that they don't tell you after having a kid.
Yes, and plus now this baby might be crying at night, you're tired. I know you are very ambitious, just like I am. We were working still, right? We were working in our businesses that we have. And it would be very frustrating to be having to be a full-time mother, full time, and still have a full-time career and stuff like that. And for me in particular, I remember when I had just started back working out, the visa, it was about 3 months after I had my baby. And well, this last baby here, not my son, my daughter. With my daughter, it was real hard because it was a twin. Well, you would know that, right? It was a twin pregnancy. It was a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
The boy passed away as he was not getting sufficient oxygen to his placenta, right? And he ended up getting a heart failure and he died. And this is all
Mhm.
inside of my body, right? So coming down to that last trimester, it was really hard on me emotionally because in my mind, I know I have a child inside of me that's alive and a child inside of me that's deceased. And now I'm trying to keep my mind focused so that at least the baby that's alive at least gets that loving and warm feeling that's inside of us is absorbing all that energy that we have. So we have to make sure that we are in the right mind. We have to make sure we are at least happy. We're not stressing out ourselves
Yes.
and such because women go through so much hormonal stuff during pregnancy, whether it be high blood pressure,
Things that you
whether
never had before.
thing, all kind of different things that show up on your scale. Now you start to get worried and stuff like that. And I say all of that because for me it was really hard in terms of I remember when I started to work out again. And the first week I went outside, a guy saw me and he said, "Wam the runner, how you get fat so?" And I remember I continued to walk and I was like, people, I don't know, I find Trinidadians real insensitive and real out that time. And like, I just want to tell people, hey, you're an idiot. Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
you're an idiot. And sometimes I just look and I just be like, wow, why are you so broken on the inside that you feel the need to have to tell me something like that, not knowing what I'm going through?
Yeah.
So
Or
what
what
I
you
did,
went through.
I would have called my spouse and I told him about it. And he said some things to me that it really boosted my confidence, right? It really helped me in that place because then he got me to realize, hey, you are beautiful. You went through this phase of your life,
Mhm.
and though your body isn't where you want it to be, it's still a lot better than where it could have been, right? Because it could be a whole lot worse,
Yeah, you
right?
cannot be here too.
And yes, exactly. And it was real hard because knowing that in pregnancy, what they would have told me, that my pregnancy was such a high risk pregnancy, and then on top of that, this baby is deceased. So it's all kind of things was going on, right?
Yeah.
And it was very scary for me, especially going into labor. It was really, really scary because now I'm saying, Lord, with all the things that they done preparing you for mentally, and they're saying, it's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, we ensure, we hoping, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Now you're more nervous. And so I understand how you would say that, nobody really prepares you for that postpartum side of it where now you have to be home. The only good thing I would say is that the hospital, Portsmouth in general, would have offered me services with a therapist. And
Mhm.
I have had a therapist ever since, right?
Mhm.
So what I would say to mothers as well is stop trying to do it all on your own. You ain't superwoman. That is this myth that just have us out there. We are supposed to be superwoman. We have to be this extremely strong person. We always have to have our shit together. We have to be looking good. We have to be feeling good. We have to take care of the children. We have to clean the house. We have to be bringing money in the house too. All of these expectations we have that they are against us as women,
Mhm.
all the while we're struggling because you have so many things you have to keep up with.
As an
As an
individual.
individual, you are stressed out. For example, with myself, after giving birth to my daughter, and my daughter is a healthy baby, and I'm very thankful for that. After giving birth to my
Mhm.
daughter, 1 month, I was back to work because I have a business. So I can't just leave my
Mhm.
clients there hanging in the wind. So
Right.
it takes a lot and it really does. So I understand, you're saying that it had fine print that they never tell you about. You ain't know about.
Mhm.
So you're like, oh, yo, what is this? So I
Yeah.
always say it is very important that the people you have around you are supportive. Very, very important.
Yeah.
Um, it, it's extremely important to be with someone that could help you through this journey. And
Yeah.
that is something that we as women, and I'm very sorry to say that a lot of us, even men as well, we are not taught by our parents how to pick our spouses. Because we didn't see them,
Most times,
a lot of time we didn't see them pick good people either.
funny enough, we end up picking our parents. We end up picking,
A lot of times, yes, you end up picking
yeah,
somebody who is just like your parents. You know why? There's always say psychologists always say that is your unfinished business. A lot of people get married to their unfinished business because they never dealt with that and they never healed from that. They end up in a situation like that, or even if they pick somebody who is not like that, sometimes they, because they are so broken on the inside, they recreate those toxic behaviors and toxic patterns. That is a
yes,
whole next
with
discussion
somebody
for
who is
another day,
very good. Yes, that's true.
right? But it's really sad to see all the things that we go through as women, men as well, because guys, I know that a lot of the guys out there have to work with their spouse. They have to help their spouse, especially when they're pregnant. They may be lady foot swelling, you want to help her, you don't know what to do. When
Yeah,
COVID was going on, I had my baby in COVID, so I know my spouse couldn't come to the hospital to see me. I was upstairs by myself most of the time with the girls who we all together having kids. We were around each other for most of the time. So
yeah.
let's say my spouse could only had to drop off stuff at the hospital and leave, and then
Mm,
they would bring it up to the room. Thankfully, things are opening back up and people are getting to get that love and support again. But I want
mm-hmm.
everybody to remember, when choosing a partner in terms of your life, always remember your partner is going to be directly linked to a lot of your successes and failures in general,
Yes.
right? And not saying that your partner is bringing strife. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about that support that you need,
Mm-hmm.
especially in that postpartum phase where you're depressed. You ain't want nobody coming home with no stress every day, all the time in your head.
Yeah.
Oh God. And you already
You
feeling
need somebody to come and take over that night shift so you could get that to do, you know?
ill. I was real happy because what we used to do here, the teamwork. My spouse would take some nights, I would take some nights. Sometimes he know I tired and he would just leave me, let me sleep. And then I would get
Mm.
up in the wee hours and see him walking the baby up and down. And we had a kind of tag team thing going on, right? And then
Yes, yes.
I would say, okay, well, I will take her now, and I would take her, and then he would go and sleep. And it was a real system. You have to have a balance. Well, now she sleeps through
Yeah,
the night.
I had a system also because
Now
I
she
could not
sleeps
raise
through
up the
the
bed.
night. So I am very happy for that. Thank God.
Yeah.
My spouse and his mother, hands down. So the thing is, how did you how did you end up dealing with that phase of that depression? How did you deal with it, and how did you overcome it?
I would say it's plenty to do with my spouse. Um, he was very supportive in the best way he um, could have been. And his family was very helpful, even his brothers, because it had things that I could not do for myself. Um, an example, it had a point where I could not walk up and down the stairs because I was the early half. His mom would bring
Eh,
lunch upstairs.
eh,
My bath, I had to do sponge offs, so his brothers used to bring my bath to me. In at the night, well, I breastfeed. That also helps with getting your stomach down if you didn't know. For some people, um, I can come off the bed quickly, so or lift myself quickly. So I had him. He used to do the pick up the baby out of the bassinet or whatever and come and hand me her while I lie down. And then when she, fall asleep, come back, take her up, and then we tried the whole breast milk and bottle, so that became easy. But it's really support from, I don't care, it was support from my significant other, because it's really all what I had
yeah,
while he was working in Port of Spain. So he was battling with the traffic, and you know, he used to make me feel I don't want to say sexy, but he just used to reassure me, you're still, everything good. Don't be worrying about that for. Just now you'll be able to, get back on your feet and move. Because I'm a person, I don't like people doing much stuff for me. I'm a go-getter. I like to get things done myself. So he used to just kind of reassure me it's only for a little time. Soon you'll be up on your feet and, able to move, go and take your walks and whatever. Because he knows that is something that is a part of my life. I like to go outdoors and take a little walk or exercise, gym, whether or not, because it do help me relieve stress and I will become a lot happier after.
That's very
Yeah.
nice. And I agree as well. My spouse and his mother, hands down, right?
Yeah.
And then I had my brother who used to come across and stuff like that. So I know exactly how you are feeling. How can gyms, personal trainers, fitness groups, online groups, and whatever it is, cater to mothers after having cesarean section?
That's a very good question. Um, well, I used to do the little personal training. I had a mommy, was her first child, and she was a hot little thing before the baby. And the baby kind of blew her up, right? She had little complications. It was a high-risk pregnancy also, um, providing her with medical history, right? And we had to do things just like if she now had a C-section also because of her type of pregnancy. I believe I could tell instructors, anybody in health and fitness sector that learning and doing some research, asking questions with moms who have C-sections is the ideal thing to do. As I said, I did research on myself. I managed to get like a very flat tummy. I do not have a depth or like a belly and then it cut flat, what we call like a belly. I don't have that. So where people say I have a C-section and my belly real big, I say, yeah, did you massage your scar? My big massage your scar. That I so bold face if I do go for a massage, a deep tissue, I just let the masseuse because remember when you're massaging yourself, or if you have nails, you're not really getting in. If you go for a deep tissue, tell the masseuse what to do and let them do it for you. And those are simple
Spouse
things.
as well, your spouse as well could,
Yes, your
give you
spouse
a
as
little
well.
rub, give it a little rub out for you as well.
Yeah, and a lot of times I could say that I don't think the health system do a good job in providing these educated stuff for you. They don't educate you to tell you that you can massage your scar so you won't have scarring on the inside.
Yeah, and
Um,
scar tissues happen with everybody, even somebody who got injury. So that comes just like an injury, right? It comes just like an injury
yes,
to your
because
lower
it
abdomen.
yes, and
It's
it's very aggressive. I
all
don't know.
layers in that abdomen. Every
Yeah,
single thing gets cut, and people
yeah, it's a
take it.
major
People
surgery.
take it like it's nothing. It's a
Yeah,
lot. It's a
it's
big
a
trauma
major
to your body.
surgery, and if you do watch on YouTube, you'll see how aggressive they can be just to get to that the womb area. Um, so yeah, massaging your scar, like if I'm a fitness instructor, these are things that I would like to tell my clients, when you get to massage your scar, do vacuuming. Um, vacuuming is like you pull in your stomach and you hold it a little bit and then let it go. You do the cat and cow exercise just to kind of stretch your area, your stomach area, gentle. It have yoga. Trinidadians not very fascinated about it, but yoga is very good also. Especially breathing techniques is very good as well. And this would help strengthen your
And most
abdominal
people,
area.
and the sad thing is most people don't realize 5% of the fat that we lose in our body actually comes out during excretion of breathing.
That's why some people say you're not doing nothing if you're walking at a very slow pace and your heart rate and your breathing it's not saying anything. If you're breathing so. you think you gain anything, but nice deep breaths would help. So I do recommend that fitness instructors or persons in that field get some knowledge, teach them how to get the inner abdominal area, not the outside where you get the abs, inside. Because as I said during my research, the abdominal areas, this is the abs, all the six packs. And then it have one that is be like a corset wrapping here. This is what the stretch. And those who have, I can't remember the name, where the,
Diastasis recti.
thank you, vacuuming is very crucial to strengthen back that issue, and I got all these information from researching.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes. And as well as people, I want you to understand research is good, right? Research is very good. I want you to also remember you can't be taking research from any and anybody.
reputable
Sometimes I hear
places.
people telling me, Abby, I see somebody on YouTube and they did say you need to do this. And I'm sitting down and I'm like, for your age group, for your body type, for where you are at in your stage, for you having diastasis recti, that is actually the worst thing you could have done.